Okay, when we're solving equations with variables on both sides, the key that you have to remember is to move the variables to one side and the constants to the other side before you can solve it. So if we look at this first one, we have negative 2 plus 10p equals 8p minus 1. So if I want to get the variables to one side, what am I going to have to do first? Okay, and if I subtract 8p from both sides, that's a good place to start because that leaves me with a positive variable, and it's just easier that you don't have to deal with the negative variable at the end. So I'm going to subtract subtract 8p from both sides, and I end up with negative 2 plus 2p equals negative 1. All right? So now I need to work on getting my constants on the same side. What do I need to do for that? Very good. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. Okay? And I end up with 2p equals what? 1. Very good. Be careful with those integers. All right? So how do I now get p by itself? Divide by 2. And I end up with p equals 1/2. Okay? Now, if I were going to check this, what would I have to do to check to be sure that my solution of 1/2 is correct? Okay, that's correct. So then I'm just going to work through it. I have negative 2. What's 10 times 1/2? Okay, plus 5. And 8 times 1/2 is 4 minus 1. Negative 2 plus 5? 3. And 4 minus 1? 3. So since I got a true statement here, my solution is correct. Okay? Now, let's look at another type of problem. All right, now we have problems with grouping symbols. All right, what do I have to do in order to get this problem ready to solve? What do I do first? Right, I'm going to distribute the 4 throughout the parentheses. So 4 times 2r is 8r, and 4 times negative 8? 32. Okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing over here, is distribute this 1/7. So 1/7 times 49r, it's 7r, right? And 1/7 times 70, it's 10. 1/7 of, that's okay. It's like you can multiply or divide by 7, okay? You can multiply by 1/7 or divide by 7. So what's my next step here? Okay, very good. That'll give me a positive variable. And I end up with r minus 32 equals 10. Remember, when you have one r, you don't have to write the 1. It's just r. Okay? What's my next step? Plus 32. And I end up with r equals 42. Okay? Now let's write out what I would do to check it. We're not going to take the time to check it, but let's write it out. Well, how would I check this? Okay, equals plus 70. Okay, and if I work that out, it would end up being the correct answer, okay? But we're not going to take the time and do that now. You can do that on your own if you want. Now there's two other problems that I want to share with you, okay? These are special equations because they end up with special solutions, okay? With this first problem, let's go ahead and work through it. What do I do first? Okay, so then it's 5m. Keep going. Okay, and what do I need to do next with this one? Yes, I have to combine like terms on the right side again. So it's 2m plus 5 equals, what's 5m minus 3m? Okay, so I have that, and let's keep going. What do I do next? Subtract 2m from both sides, and I end up with 5, because these guys cancel, equals negative 35. Is that a true statement? No, this is not true. Therefore, this special equation ends up with no solution, okay? Anytime you have a false statement, when you're solving equations, there's no possible solution for that equation, okay? The other type of special equation is right here. Let's go ahead and solve that. Tell me what to do first. Right, I'm going to distribute, and I end up with 3r plus 3 minus 5 equals 3r minus 2. All right, so now what do I do? Okay, 3r minus 2 equals 3r minus 2. Okay, so keep going. And these guys cancel each other out, and I end up with negative 2 equals negative 2. Does negative 2 equal negative 2? Okay, when you end up with a true statement, this means that all real numbers are solutions for this equation. Meaning I could substitute any value in for r to check my work, and no matter what you substitute in, you've got a correct answer, okay? So there's an infinite number of solutions here, okay? And this is actually called an identity. And that just means that any number is going to solve your equation for you.